the early 1700s, a time where the U.S. was multiplying with the first colonial settlers. Different from how urban and modern it is now, the land was wild and filled with dangers in every corner. Many animals that we don't see now here, such as bears, wolves, and mountain lions, were prominent and scattered all throughout the area. So you have to know how to survive, or at least learn how to. And anyone who was out there had to be just as hardy as Daniel Boone himself. On June 29th, 1710, Christopher Ludwig Franciscus decided to buy 530 acres of land and travel across the sea to tame the New World, but not without company. His daughter Johanna sailed out of London with him on the Maria Hope, along with 55 Swiss Mennonites hailing from Holland and 94 German immigrants. The invitation for them came from William Penn himself, who sent a British ambassador to give them the invitation. Arriving in Philadelphia, the both of them traveled west with the others that they sailed with, coming to what is now known as West Lampeter, becoming some of the first settlers in Lancaster County, which, if you look back on a 1700s map of Lancaster, it actually took up most of Pennsylvania. They eventually arrived to their property and began to build a log cabin, which today sits in the school district of Lampeter Strasburg campus, right by the track and field area, as well as the elementary school. And back a while ago, it actually used to be an Airbnb, but is no longer on Verbo. Franciscus soon married Anne Swab, and they eventually had 9 children together. And in the year 1729, the same year that Lancaster was erected, Franciscus signed an oath of allegiance to be a loyal subject in the province of Pennsylvania. 1 year later, he was among the list of men who applied for a liquor license to sell rum at the court. But his life was said to be pretty adventurous because him and his wife ended up appearing in court for beating Garrett Coffrond. They were both found guilty, and Franciscus was fined 20 shillings, while his wife was only made to pay 1 shilling. And eventually he found himself in court again in February 1736. But this time it was actually for him being a victim, having been assaulted by John Tangler. But he was most well known for a wild occurrence that happened in 1730. Franciscus, peacefully in his home, started to hear a scratching at the door. He went to go investigate, and as soon as he opened the front door, a big wolf leaped onto him, butting into his jacket where his chest was. Being a big statured man himself, almost getting to the height of 7 feet at 6'7", this was a pretty even match. And in the battle of epic proportions, Franciscus ended up wrapping the giant wolf into a bear hug. Time was running out, as the big wolf, as fierce as wolves are, was coming closer and closer to getting the man into its teeth. Franciscus yelled out for his daughter, waking her up from her sleep. She grabbed a knife to come as fast as she could, only to then slash the wolf's throat multiple times, saving her father's life. They ended up burying the wolf's body by a spring near the house, which, according to the legend, that is where the battle ended. And with this event, word got out about this tale and was even featured in the Pennsylvania Gazette, which was owned by Benjamin Franklin, wrote about Franciscus's feat in January 27th, 1730. The house now is said to be filled with paranormal activity, from smoke coming out of the house when the fireplace wasn't being used, and banging noises inside the house, and even the sound of scratching at the front door at night. Well, I hope you liked this little piece of history, and I've got a lot coming for you guys, coming up very soon. And if you haven't yet, click subscribe and hit the notification button when you want to see videos when I post them. And if you like the video, give it a like button. And I'll see you on the next video. Thanks, guys.